Hi everyone, welcome to day 3, where we'll be looking at stress and meditation. So one of the reasons I started meditating was to help manage stress. And when we understand how stress manifests in the body, it becomes clear how meditation helps to counter that stress. So stress is a very normal response to perceived pressures and threats. And when we see a threat, our amygdala, which is a little almond-shaped part of the brain, basically presses a panic button. And this triggers a cascade of reactions through the body, known as the fight or flight response. And this response causes changes in our body so we're prepared to act. So our breathing will accelerate, our heart rate and blood pressure increases, and our muscles contract. And also we have a release of stress hormones, such as adrenaline and cortisol. And all these things happen to prepare us to help deal with the threat. So if we go back to when we were hunter-gatherers and we come across a tiger, all these reactions are going to help us either fight the tiger or run away. And what is less known is that alongside these responses, there are systems of the body that are not required for immediate short-term survival that shut down. So the digestive system, for instance, we don't need to be digesting food when we're facing a tiger. Our immune system, which is for long-term health. The reproductive system, elimination system, and also the capacities of the brain that are not needed are also suppressed. So our ability to recall memories. And we go into a tunnel vision of negative thinking, and this is for our survival. And all we can think of is worst case scenario and what we need to do to stay alive. So this is an incredible stress response which has ensured our survival to date. However, in today's societies, the threats are less in the physical form of tigers, but more psychological. So they're threats to our emotional and social survival. So things like running late, traffic jams, giving presentations, even not being invited to parties, all of these can be triggers of this stress response. And threats in this form tend to affect us multiple times every day and every week. And this is because our bodies only know how to react to stresses in one way. And so that same fight or flight response is triggered many more times than it was designed to, which is detrimental to health. However, there are things that we can do to increase our resilience to stress, and one of those things is practicing meditation. So how does meditation work? Meditation works by de-exciting the body physiologically, so training it not to default into that stress response all the time. And it also helps by restructuring our brain in a cognitive sense, not to perceive those emotional and social threats as threats anymore. And this can be boosted by taking therapy or having coaching. And when we engage in meditation, it activates the relaxation response in the body, so the polar opposite of the stress response, which allows us to shift into rest and digest mode. And thinking about what happens when we are stressed. Our breath rate increases, our muscles get tight, our heart beats faster. When we meditate, we notice that the opposite occurs. The breath rate and heart rate regulate, our muscles relax, our blood pressure goes down. And it's in this state of relaxation that any body systems that are offline due to not being required in a stressful situation switch on again. So meditation is a really great way in which we can allow our bodies to relax and repair and gain more clarity and focus in our minds.